everyone. I'm Nicole Russo coming to you from Lexington, Kentucky with colleague Joe Nevills for the latest edition of Daily Racing Form's Oaks Countdown. The Philly Classic now just over 10 weeks away, and we have some changes to our top five list following last Saturday's Grade 2 Rachel Alexandra at the fairgrounds, won by Monomoy Girl, with multiple graded stakes winner Wonder Godot checking in third. As a result, we flipped those two on the list from their positions in our initial rankings. Monomoy Girl moving up, still trailing Dream Tree, who, as we discussed in depth last week, unbeaten filly, our leader in the clubhouse, just hasn't done anything wrong. I did feel pretty good about Monomoy Girl's race, though. She concluded her 2-year-old season with that narrow runner-up effort to a filly I really like and Road to Victory. Her 3-year-old debut here, and in getting her first win around 2 turns on dirt, she showed a new dimension by necessity. She missed the break, was taken out of her game, forced to come from off the pace. She did shy from the whip in mid-stretch, so she continues to be a little green, I think. But overall, I thought it was a good step, a good learning experience. I saw a lot of things that I needed to see from her. And Joe, I really thought Wonder Godot, who we think so highly of, had no excuses. I mean, maybe a little wide, but when she was called upon for run, I just didn't see what I needed to see from her.
Yeah, she's one that was never really a serious win contender in the Rachel Alexandra, and this is her second race where she was losing ground at the finish. I think she's got enough back class where, with a strong effort in the final round of preps, she can make us forget all about this hiccup in the Rachel Alexandra. But from a performance standpoint, her ground's definitely not as steady as it was at this time last week.
Yeah, especially I was willing to give her a bit of a mulligan coming off her, her first run of the season, first loss of the
hmm
season. Maybe you needed that race. I was willing to give her a bit of a mulligan for that race, but with these 2 performances in a row, not so much. But back to Monomoy Girl. She's from the second crop of Tapizar, who stands alongside his perennial leading sire Tappet at Gainesway, the winner of the 2012 Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. And Joe Tapazar has kind of thrown a couple types of horses so far. He's getting athletes, which I definitely expected, but I personally haven't quite put my finger on quite what they really want to be as of yet.
Well, Monomoy Girl comes from Tapizar's second crop. This is Tapizar's first graded stakes winner. He flew a little bit under the radar with his first crop of 3-year-olds last year, especially with classmates Bodie Meister and McLean's Music getting Triple Crown race winners in that first crop. So, he was a little under the radar, but he proved himself more than capable of siring a fast horse. He was last year's co-leading second crop sire by 90-plus buyers earned by his progeny, and he held the 100-plus buyer title all by himself, led by the very fast Mr. Crow. The big question mark with Tapizar, though, is going to be how far they want to go. Monomoy Girl's not only his first graded stakes winner, she's also his only black type earner of any kind at a distance greater than a mile on the dirt. He's had some good runners go the distance on other surfaces. Tapitall won last year's California Oaks at Golden Gate, going on the Tapeta. That one was at a mile and a 16th. Peppered won last year's Grade 3 Gray Stakes at Woodbine over the same distance and the same footing, but any of his other stakes wins or placings have all come around 1 turn on the dirt. Tapizar's average progeny winning distance is 6.73 furlongs, and they max out winning at an average distance of 6.9 furlongs. He's still a young sire, so there's plenty of time for those numbers to shift, but it seems pretty clear early on that there's a bit of a ceiling to his runners in terms of distance.
And meanwhile, Monomoy Girl, kind of from a mixed bag in her female family, a really interesting and varied page here, I think. Her dam Drumette took after her sire sprinter Henny Hughes, scored her only win going 5.5 furlongs, that being on Turfway's synthetic track. She's the dam of 3 winners from as many starters to date, with Monomoy Girl her first stakes horse and first to win beyond a mile. Her runners have definitely been slanted to sprints. Some more distance ability, maybe deeper in the family. Drumette's a half sister to Drum Major, a graded stakes winner routing on the turf. This is the extended family of champion juvenile filly Heavenly Cause, of Canadian champion Riding the River, and of Grade 1 winner Bounding Basque. All of those stakes winners around 2 turns, Bounding Basque leading those, winning it up to a mile and a half. a lot of turf in the family. Monomoy Girl actually won her debut on the turf. It makes sense that her connections would have looked at that surface, but she's probably getting that dirt ability from Tappett's sire line. We know she particularly loves the dirt at Churchill Downs, where she's run very well last year as a 2-year-old, and some stamina in that female family a couple of generations back. So I think she's got some tools there to use. She definitely has some more questions to answer, but Monomoy Girl making that statement on the Kentucky Oaks Trail with her win in the Rachel Alexandra. Looking ahead on the Oaks Trail, we've got that one prep at Maidan in the middle of next week, and then things really kick into high gear with several points races the weekend of March 3rd. And next week, we'll take a look at those as the fields start to shape up. Until that next time, thanks for watching the Oaks Countdown.